Hey, hello guys, Brian back here with another Kaspa video. Looks like Bitcoin is starting to make a bounce here, okay? We talked last time about how both of these were making similar moves here, how Bitcoin came down, bounced, came down, bounced, and came down, all right? And how Kaspa was following that same exact pattern, came down, bounced, came down, bounced, and came down. All right, now Bitcoin's starting to bounce out of here, all right? Are we going to continue to follow that, or are we going to break away from that, all right? A couple things I want to really focus on here. It looks like possibly we have found a bottom here with Kaspa, all right? Let's get over to that chart here. I meant to click on it right there. Sorry about that. Oops, that's my other Kaspa chart. That's my KuCoin one. That just goes from the listing date. I wanted to show you guys that real quick. Look at all the more. That goes from the listing date. That's it. So if you're charting with the one from KuCoin, not that there's anything wrong with it. I use it when I'm trading Kaspa and KuCoin. I had a little bit of a long position this morning. Once it came down to this support, I got in and got out of it. Just on a 15-minute time frame. I like trading on that time frame, but if you pull up the KuCoin on TradingView, that's all they have of this coin right there, right? So here we go. Let's get over to this chart. Number one, I want to show you guys. If you zoom in here on the, let's go with the hourly. Okay, we broke this resistance coming down here. We had this down sloping resistance area. We have broken out of that, all right? So kind of looking for this thing to make a little bit of a run today. Our high today was up at 0.0206. All right, now a few videos ago we talked about a possible double bottom coming in here, and that was back up further. Okay, right in this area here we had this bottom and then this one, okay, which was looking like, especially after the bounce out of there, it had this nice little run up afterwards, but then it hit this resistance, all right, and just rolled over and followed Bitcoin right down. I mean, we put them side by side and I showed you guys that. Now it looks, once again, we have double bottom down here. Now if it holds this, that would be fantastic, all right? We wouldn't be looking at them lower price areas that we were looking at. I was kind of thinking that we were going to come down to this area here, down at the 0.0173, and we still could, but definitely looks like pretty decent support there so far. It's holding it, and it has broke out of that down sloping resistance here that we had going here, inside this wedge. We still have this falling wedge forming, which I love. Falling wedges, they're beautiful to trade. I love these things, at least your chances of breaking to the upside are much more greater than your chances of breaking to the downside when you go statistically on this thing. And when all the RSIs and everything else are lining up, things are looking just fine for this as far as I'm concerned. If we go back to Bitcoin real quick, because we all know the market follows Bitcoin, all right, that thing is pumping, okay? I don't think really anybody, some people, I guess, were calling for a little bit of a bounce on this thing, but if it takes out this high up here, if it breaks that 30,000 level, it might have found a bottom here. Okay, so definitely keep your eyes on that. We take out this high, this former high on this thing right over here, this lower high. We had our high, our low, our lower high, and our lower low. We take out this here, that could change the whole story on this thing, all right? It might have bottomed out right there when it hit 25.8 right back here. So that would be fantastic. The daily RSI on Bitcoin has just turned up. Now the weekly is still coming down, okay? But we'll see what happens. That thing could curve up on this thing. Let's look at the 12 and the 8. 12-hour RSI has spun back up, and the 8-hour has turned back up. So this thing might be bouncing out of here. That would be fantastic to see. I'd like to see the bottom come in here. A lot of people thinking it's going to go lower, including me. If we put a trend line up here, looks like I don't know, something like that. We break out through there. We break that 30,000, this thing could be taken off. So let's get back to Kaspa here. I apologize. I just like to show you Bitcoin. And that DXY, I want to show you that while we're here too, because we've been talking about that in the videos. We are just about up to that 618. You can see I have an alarm set for that thing. Let's get that out of there for the video. But we are just about to that 618. That 702, that's the one I'm really watching at 103.8. All right, you can see the 8-hour RSIs at the top on this thing. The 12 is getting near the top. All right, we definitely want this to roll over for crypto to head up. The daily is at the top. Okay, so but the thing that's scary about it, the weekly has just turned up, and not only that, okay, this could be a double bottom right here for Bitcoin. You know, if we move this out of the way, you can see the double bottom right, you know, right there. You know, boom, boom. You know, it'd be a perfect double bottom and bounce out of here. So we'll have to keep a tight eye on that daily RSI. I mean, that could drag this thing down. You know, if it breaks below 100.8, which I kind of been watching this thing, because it looks like, to me, it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we get that fifth wave down, you know, it could be 5-wave Elliott wave down. We'll see. We'll have to just play it out and see what happens here. But let's go back here. I'm going to show you guys the top whale holders of Kaspa here too. I looked that up and I have it here. The top holders. I'm going to get right to it here, guys. But the daily RSI on here is starting to roll over, which is totally fine. If it comes down and resets with everything here, that 12. You can tell you can see we have a green candle started on the 12, and that RSI wants to, the stochastic looks like it wants to turn up. The regular RSI in the bottom has turned up, and it has a lot of room to run. All right, it's down at a 36. All right, the 4-hour has just turned up on the stochastic, and on the regular RSI it's at a 40. So this thing could definitely have some running room just to get back to the top side of this wedge. All right, would be looking at, you know, 20% gain, you know, just to get back to the top here before the break, before we would break out of it, hopefully. So we'll have to I'll keep a tight eye on this thing and watch this double bottom. Well, maybe we won't have to come down to these lower zones down at 0.0172, you know, because that would be a perfect area to grab this thing if we lose this support here. So let's go on to these wallets I wanted to show you guys. And if you could, please hit the like and subscribe. I would appreciate that so much, guys. I keep forgetting to ask that. Address is holding at least one Kaspa token, 230,875. All right, you can see how this has gone up from the beginning here at 198. You know, we had a peak there of 238, and we had another peak of 260, and we're down to 230 now. But this has 1 million Kaspa, 10 million, and 100 million. All right, so let's go to addresses holding at least 1 million. 2,305. Okay, we were at a high there of 2384. You know, it looks like a big drop, but it's really not. 2384 down to 2273. So 2384 to 2273, and you can see this is building back up here again. So 2,305 addresses holding at least 1 million. 10 million Kaspa. There is 189 wallets holding at least 10 million Kaspa. All right, you can see back here what I found quite odd. All right, this, if you go, all right, right there is March 20th to March 22nd when this drop happened here. 20th to the 22nd. If you go back to the charts, that is right through this area here. March 20th is right there, through the 22nd is right there. Okay, now only thing I can figure out, maybe the team sold some tokens there to get some cash flow going or something. I mean, anybody charting this thing, you would have known that was a wave 1. You know, that thing did a perfect Fibonacci extension, that 5 waves up. But anyway, we had a bunch of sellers right in here. Okay, and they went up from there. Kind of missed out on another 145%. So, all right, that's the addresses with 10 million. Let's go to the 100 million Kaspa. Addresses, there is 3. Okay, they're right back through here. There was 8. Back at the beginning, there was 11. 8. Okay, then we had, was that May 6th to the 7th? We went from 8 down to 3. May 6th to the 7th, which was, let's see here, let me get my pointer. May 6th to the 7th. Right through here. Okay, which was right in this area here. 6th to the 7th. Alright. Kind of crazy. Once again, possibly some people just trying to get some money back. I don't know what that was, but it's down to 3 holders of 100 million, at least 100 million Kaspa. 100,000, there is 12,000 addresses with at least 100,000 Kaspa. Back there we go again. And a lot of these could be the same people holding these large amounts, because it has the same dates. March 20th through the 22nd was that drop from just about 13,000 wallets down to 11.2, and it's gone up now. We had a low of 11,200. Now we're up to 12,130. So building back up here, the 100,000 holders. So it's good to see it's strong out there. People are holding on to this thing. We've had a few people take some money, which I don't blame them. Probably team holders, owners of Kaspa, I would imagine, trying to get some money. I'm sure they had a pile of money into this thing, so can't really blame people for trying to get some cash out. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. I will see you real soon. Please hit the like and subscribe, and thanks a lot, guys. I'll talk to you soon.